Hey y'all, what's up? Rose and Truth. Thank y'all for being here. Let's jump on into the show, guys, so we don't be on here too long. All right, thank y'all for coming for our pop-in video. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do too much over here. My God. Let me go ahead and put this on this mode right quick so we can keep the other folk out. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Now my son down there on the game. So if y'all hear some hollering, carrying on, that's him. Down there on the damn game. All right, here we go. Let's get it. All right, let's get into the show. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I wish this was Friday because I'm tired as hell. How y'all doing though? Hi, I see y'all here. Let's jump on in. I got some topics to go over with you guys. I hope you guys are ready. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, so everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, let's jump on in. Now, I talked to you guys a little bit back about this old man who got into an argument with a young woman who was supposed to have been doing some type of delivery service. Well, let's go ahead and get into it so I can refresh you guys' memory. Y'all remember me talking about this in Car Chronicles. So an 83-year-old man is sentenced to 21 years to life for fatally pow-powing an Uber delivery driver that he mistook for a scammer, okay? Now, both were targeted by the same phone scammers who threatened to unalive the man's family unless he handed over $12,000 in cash. Now, this woman had no knowledge of that. She was just told to deliver something to this man's home. She was doing her job as a delivery driver. She got there not knowing that this man had someone threaten him and try to make him pay $12,000 for whatever. He thought that the woman was there to pick up this $12,000 and she had no knowledge of it, and he wound up pow-powing her. So let's get into the video. Let me put up my trigger warning on this child because listen. Let's put up the trigger warning. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and show this so that you guys will see what's going on here. He's been sentenced though. They're blurring it out. So he has a pow-pow going up to her. She's leaving the car. She's going back to her car like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just came here to drop this delivery off and I'm out of here. So she's going to her car. He's trying to stop her from leaving, which is showing that she's not a threat to him, okay? She knew nothing about this situation, but he thought that she was in on said scam where he was told to give $12,000 and she just came to drop off a delivery. And now he's chasing her with the pow-pow. She's going to the car to leave because obviously she feels threatened and afraid. Okay, as you guys can see there. All right, so now it said the 83-year-old Ohio man has been sentenced to 21 years to life in prison for fatally pow-powing a 61-year-old Uber driver he wrongfully believed was trying to scam him. Okay, y'all remember we talked about that? All right, so on Monday, Judge Douglas Radistar ordered William J. Brock to serve the sentence after a jury found him guilty of felony unaliving, felony assault, and kidnapping in the 2024 unaliving of Lolita Hall. As you guys can see, she was trying to leave. He stopped her from leaving, so that is kidnapping, right? Now, the pow-powing happened in March of 2024 after Hall arrived at Brock's home, believing that she was picking up a package for delivery. Dash cam footage shows Hall approaching the front door before Brock followed her back to her car with an arm with a pow-pow. Let's say it that way. Now, when Hall attempted to get back into the vehicle, Brock pow-powed her multiple times. Now, as you guys can see, she don't have a weapon. She's not threatening him, you know, none of that. But he felt threatened and he unalived her. Now, investigators later revealed that both Hall and Brock were victims of the same phone scam. Scammers contacted Brock and threatened to unalive his family unless he handed over $12,000 in cash to a woman matching Hall's description. Now, unaware of the scam, Hall went to pick up the package and posed no threat. Now, said the Clark County prosecutors Daniel Driscoll says that after the trial, both families have lost loved ones because of this, and there are no winners here. That's right. Now, Assistant Prosecutor Scott told jurors objectively a reasonable person would not pow-pow a defenseless woman multiple times to protect themselves from the words of a scammer. I believe that as well. So this woman, she lost her life just doing her job out here trying to earn a living, being a driver, an Uber driver. Okay. So you guys be careful with that. I've been seeing a lot of powers happening too with people like, you know, how when you get lost somewhere and you pull into someone's driveway to turn around. There have been several incidences where people have run out with powers with shotguns or whatever, and just start firing at people pulling in their yard, saying that they think that they're, somebody's coming to their yard to unalive them or to be aggressive in nature or something to that effect. So let's be very careful and be aware of your surroundings as well. But I'm glad that there's justice served in this situation. Let's get into this next topic. We have two people who have been named in these Epstein files, and I'm a little shocked. So let's get into it. Because I went ahead and pulled these two files so that we can look at them. Chris Rock has been named, and also Whoopi Goldberg has been named in the Epstein files, you guys. All right, so we're going to take a look at it. Let's get into it. All right. Coming up on my screen here, as you guys can see, from Jeffrey Epstein, you see there, to Nadia somebody, Wednesday, May 2013, Wednesday, May 8th, 2013. Let's go down. It looks like some type of conversation was taking place. It said that Whoopi Goldberg needs a plane to get to Monaco. John Lennon's charity is paying for it. They don't want to charter, so they are looking for private owners. So it looks like someone reached out to Epstein for his private plane for Whoopi Goldberg to go somewhere. I'm not sure what that was about. But it said that White Feather Charity Ball Plane said the White Feather Foundation is Julian Lennon's charity. May 10th of 2013, he will present WFF inaugural charity ball fundraiser with Whoopi Goldberg hosting in Monaco. Money's raised for the first fundraiser to go to support her, water and humanitarian conservation. From what I see here, it doesn't appear that she did anything wrong, but she is mentioned in the Epstein files. It said that the scheduled jet fell through yesterday, and they are scrambling to get Whoopi over to Monaco. So they were looking for a jet. Somehow it got across Epstein's desk to see if they could use his jet. It looks like that fell through for some odd reason, but that is why Whoopi Goldberg was mentioned in the files. So let's go back. All right, as you guys can see here, to Jeffrey Epstein from Leslie Groff, sent on 1/24/2014. Some type of invite for Chris Rock. It says that I will follow up with Bobby, begin forward message. Says, up early, girlfriend. I have a nice train ride. We'll touch base with both of them today. Sent from somebody's iPhone. It says, hi, Bobby. Jeffrey would like you to invite Chris Rock to Sunday night's dinner. Why would he be coming? So let me know what he says. Also, let me know if Brenner is feeling better. Thanks, Leslie. I'm not sure who Leslie is, but it appears that Chris Rock has some type of business dealings with Epstein. I'm not sure if he ever went to Epstein Island. It doesn't appear in this particular file here that was presented that he was at the island. I don't know where this damn dinner was supposed to be, where he's supposed to be meeting them, but they're saying that Chris Rock, as you guys can see here, was mentioned in the Epstein file, as well as Whoopi Goldberg. It looks like she was just looking for a private plane, at which he did have a private plane. We also know Chris Tucker was also said to have rode on the private plane many times. He said that it was nothing to it, that he didn't really hang with Epstein like that. That he just used a private plane. So I don't know if he just rented out his private plane to different celebrities from time to time. It's kind of what it gives. I don't see Whoopi Goldberg doing no crazy shit that Epstein was into. I'm not sure. But what do y'all think? Let's move on. All right. So if y'all hear anything about, Whoopi Goldberg and Chris Rock was named in the Epstein files, that's what it was. Okay. It doesn't appear to be anything. Let's get into this Rashona Lanfair interview, because she is now speaking out on R. Kelly. Rashona Lanfair is the 14-year-old girl who was in the P tape with R. Kelly some years ago. She also declined to testify in the trial back in the early 2000s, or was it the 90s? It was way back when. I remember when the video came out as well. But let me put up my banner, because yeah, this might be a little touchy. All right, so she refused to testify during that time. As you guys know, R. Kelly gave Rashona Lanfair's family $79,000 to go out of the country during the time of the trial so that they would not testify against R. Kelly, which is how he got off on the first trial and was found not guilty. She did issue a statement to say that she was not the girl listed in the video, on the P video with R. Kelly, when that was indeed her. For her 16th birthday, R. Kelly bought her first car, which was a PT Cruiser. It was said that R. Kelly's wife was also, I told you guys yesterday, her godmother, and she would also babysit her because Rashona Lanfair's father was lead guitarist for R. Kelly's band. So they knew about R. Kelly. And she is also talking about Sparkle. You'll hear here, Sparkle is her R&B singer. Sparkle is her aunt, and she alludes to the fact that Sparkle told her that if you want to get close to R. Kelly, or you want, to get favors or whatever from R. Kelly, to sit on his lap and rub his head and talk to him. I'm not sure why an aunt would tell her minor niece to sit on a grown man's lap and rub his head in a seductive way to have a conversation with him. But Sparkle, you got some explaining to do. Let's get into this interview. Shout out to the Shade Room, right? Right, trigger woman. Let's go.
It was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes of 14-year-old me were beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across the country. Your reaction to that when you think about hearing those words from R. Kelly, that this tape is out there, and you were 14 years old?
I was empty. I was very hollow inside. I was very confused. Didn't know what to expect. And I was embarrassed.
Why not tell the truth in 2002 or 2008 when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
That's one of my biggest regrets, not telling the truth. But again, when I have been trained and groomed since I
Not trained, that's a strong word.
was age 13, I started believing the lies that I was telling. It was very foggy and unclear on what I really felt versus what was right or what was wrong. And even in moments where I despised Robert, I still lied for him.
You say it was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes.
So one of the SCX tapes got out, and then from there it just spread like wildfire. You could get them anywhere. They were all over the streets. They were everywhere with this young girl performing SCX acts on R. Kelly. And I know that had to be embarrassing for her, but R. Kelly paid a very, very huge price for the embarrassment of this young girl and for her not to be exposed anymore. He paid a hefty fine to her family and sent her and her family on a very expensive vacation out of the country and gave them to the tune of almost $8 grand. So let's get into the next video where she's still talking. She's revealing more stuff. I hope this is not triggering for anyone that's ever been in a situation where you've been violated. If so, please probably click off for this part of the show and then come back. I don't want anybody to feel triggered. Let's get into this. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. Says R. Kelly's accuser breaks her silence and says that her biggest regret is not telling the truth behind being the 14-year-old girl featured in his leaked SEX tape. Let's get into it.
Say your aunt told you the next time we're at the studio, you should ask Robert to be your godfather. Aunt Sparkle explained that I should sit on his lap and rub his head while I asked him to be my godfather.
That is the start of him entering into my...
Say your aunt told you the next time we're at the studio, you should ask Robert to be your godfather. Aunt Sparkle explained that I should sit on his lap and rub his head while I asked him to be my godfather.
That is the start of him entering into my...
Say your aunt told...
That's sick. She was 13 years old. Why would you tell a 13-year-old to sit on a grown man's lap and ask him to be your godfather? Like, what was that about? You guys are grooming her to try to get money from R. Kelly for whatever reason, to do sexual favors for money. That's what it gives. I would never tell my child to sit on a grown man's lap for any reason. Okay. That's
my life in a different way than just being an artist or hanging out at the studio. It became more personable at that moment.
Kelly agreed to be her godfather, but soon after, when she was around 13, Lanfair says he began grooming her and touched
my life in a different way than just being...
For your 17th birthday, you say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes of 14-year-old me were beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across the country.
I was empty. I was very hollow inside. I was,
For your 17th birthday,
very confused.
According to Lanfair, after the 2001 leaked tape, Kelly told her parents that he was in love with their daughter.
It was very complicated. My dad wanted to make the right decision, and he was very confused.
According to Lanfair, after the 2001 leaked tape, Kelly told her parents that he was in love with their daughter.
It was very okay with anything that took place.
How the fuck are you in love with a 13-year-old as a grown man?
I was more under Robert's brainwash. He utilized me against my parents, making threats of suicide and doing different things out of desperation to convince them to not turn on him. Okay with anything that took place.
Lanfair would later say she lied to a grand jury when she testified that the young girl on the sex tape was not her.
why not tell the truth when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
That's one of my biggest regrets. Not telling
Lanfair.
the truth.
But the 2019 Lifetime docuseries, Surviving R. Kelly, changed everything.
The spirit of conviction came over me during that moment.
Because of that docuseries.
Yes. Somehow not telling the truth. During the time, I thought maybe these were just sexual fetishes that he had with me. Maybe this was just abuse I was going through. But when I saw that he was allowed to hurt so many people because I lied, that did not sit well with me as an adult. During the time.
Pause. Now, I'm not being insensitive to what she went through as a child, okay? Because no grown man should be having any type of fetishes when it comes to a child. But she was groomed, she was trained on how to please R. Kelly sexually, okay, to where she then became the person to groom the girls who R. Kelly brought in and through his home to do the same sexual things and to perform in ways that he wanted to perform. She was that girl. She was the one who taught them. If you guys watched the documentary, Rashona Lanfair, you heard her name several times in the documentary, that she was the girl. She was the madam who was trained from a child, from 13 years old all the way into adulthood, how to train these women in order to please R. Kelly. He was having menage a trois, all types of things with these girls. And this particular girl on my screen right now, Rashona Lanfair, was the girl who was trained in order to, keep the girls in line and to train them how to please R. Kelly and to do certain things. It was said that she was also on the tour bus It was said that she was on the tour bus whenever R. Kelly was messing with one of his nieces. Y'all know it was said that he impregnated one of his nieces as well. R. Kelly did, and made her get an AB. So not only was he messing with Rashona Lanfair, he was also messing with one of his own nieces. Did y'all know that? And we also know about R. Kelly messing with his own birth daughter, who also came forward. What's the name? Abu Aki or something like that. His daughter also came forward to say that his daughter, that R. Kelly was also sexually assaulting her as well. Hence the reason she would never go and see him in jail, and that she did not want to have a relationship with him because she was still dealing with that part of her life and what she dealt with her own father, right? So as you guys know, R. Kelly was sexually assaulted and things done to him when he himself was a child by one of the men in the neighborhood, where he told his mother and they were going to file charges on this person. And this man went to R. Kelly's mom and offered her $500 not to press charges against him. And she took the money instead of protecting her son, which has now caused him to grow up to be this fucking monster that we see today, who is now serving 30 years in prison for trafficking women, which he's been found guilty. I don't need to say allegedly, among other things, egregious acts that we've heard about, which also included men as well. So it wasn't just women who were sexually assaulted. We also heard about some men who came forward. We heard about girls who were made to look like boys. in order to please him and his fetishes that he had with other males as well. Hold on, guys. Let me tell my son to quiet down while I'm live. All right, I'm back. So yeah, so this has been this is, of course, you know, most abusers that turn into sick cycles like what we see on the screen here with R. Kelly, and then you train and groom others to do the same thing that was done to you. The first person who we know of that sexually assaulted R. Kelly was his birth sister, who was made to babysit him while his mother would go out to go to work, right? His sister was said to have violated him with a number 2 pencil and made him do all types of things orally to her and his brothers as well, where she would punish them and lock them in the house to keep them from going outside to play so that she could have her way with them. The same sister moved out of the same city once she became older to get away from the scrutiny of what other people had to say about her and their opinions of her. And she also changed her name to avoid any type of responsibility for what she did to R. Kelly. Now, it's said that R. Kelly still financially helps his sister, that same sister. But his brother, Kerry Kelly, he also did an interview. If you guys can go pull it on Tasha K's YouTube channel, where he broke down and cried about the things that he went through sexually as a child, and also being bribed by R. Kelly to take some charges to say that that was him in the video, even with this 14-year-old girl who was on my screen when she was 14 at the time, to say that it was him versus it being R. Kelly, and he declined to do that. I can sit up here and talk about this without even looking at any notes. When I tell y'all, I've seen every documentary, as I told you guys the other day. If you've not seen the Surviving R. Kelly documentaries, you probably want to do that, okay? So that you can get a deeper understanding of what these women went through, right? Y'all said you remember that? Yeah. I also read the book with R. Kelly. He has a book out called Solar Coaster. It talks about his life. It also talks about R. Kelly having a girlfriend growing up as a little boy. His girlfriend wound up drowning, and he stood there and watched her because he was in shock. He didn't jump in to help her. He didn't run to get help. The little girl drowned in like a pond or a pool or something like that. And it was like he was just like in a trance, according to him in the book. But he also talks about being violated by the neighborhood person who was like selling candy. That's why you have to watch your kids. Okay, he was going to this person's house. You know how they have like in the neighborhoods or in the hood, this particular person who would sell candy and goodies and chips and stuff like that to the kids. And they would go over there to like say, okay, hey, I want to get such and such, you know, let me get some Cheetos, let me get some Jawbreakers or whatever. So he would be the go-to person. But when the kids would go there, he would fondle and do certain things to some of these kids. And R. Kelly was one of these kids. Okay. So that's how that happened to him. It's very sad. It's very sad. But yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it, but you guys can go and please go look if you have not seen the R. Kelly documentaries. It's on Netflix for you guys if you want to go watch it. I've seen them all multiple times, where I can pretty much off the back of my hand I can tell you what happened on them. But Rashona Lanfair, she was the girl who was 14 in the video. He started sleeping with her when she was 13 years old. Her father, as I told you guys, played lead guitar and would drop her off every single day at R. Kelly's house. And R. Kelly would have his way with her. And it was in the Colorado room. It was a room in their house downstairs with like this weird color wood in that room. And he had like a camera set up down there with like an air mattress and some more things where he would take that girl down there into that room, and he would have his way with her, and he would film it. And that happened many, many times, right? But yeah. So she's finally speaking up. She does have a book out. I'm thinking about buying the book to read it, to get a clearer understanding of maybe what I may not know in terms of her story and what happened. I'm thinking about it because I kind of feel like even though she was a victim as well, I kind of feel like she was a participant in a lot of said abuse as related to other women who were also involved in this trafficking situation as well. Okay, it's a catch-22. But let's continue. I don't want to get too deep into it because, child, listen. All right, so let's continue. Let's get into this Don Lemon information where he says that the moment federal officers put him in handcuffs, officers presented warrants from a phone. So let's get into where he talks about the moment that he got arrested. Okay. They're still trying to have charges put on him as well. This is so crazy for him going to that church during the time that they were doing the let's get into it.
Through what happened, it was Thursday night when they came to get you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
When they got me. When
You're here in LA.
When the popo came.
Yeah.
You gotta laugh at something, right? But look, it's very serious. I had gone to, I was here to cover the Grammys. Grammys is going to do the red carpet. And I had gone to the Black Music Collective event that night, where the importance of Black music and artists and whatever. And the reason I cover it is because of the First Amendment, the freedom of expression, and the art of music is part of that. And then I'd gone to the Spotify party, and it's all young people, and they're like, "Mr. Lemon, oh my God, I love watching you on TikTok." And I'm like, "Wow, that's different than my grandma loves watching you on CNN." So it's a whole new audience. And I got back to the hotel. I walked in I had my swag bag from the thing, and I was walking up to the room, and I pressed the elevator button, and all of a sudden I feel myself being jostled, and people trying to grab me and put me in handcuffs. And I said, "What are you doing here?" And they said, "We came to arrest you." And I said, "Who are you?" And then finally they identified themselves. And I said, "If you are who you are, then where's the warrant?" And they didn't have a warrant. So they had to wait for someone from outside, an FBI guy, to come in to show me a warrant on a cell phone. And by that time I was like trying to, figure out what was going on and get my bearings, and they dropped all my stuff. My glasses had fallen on the floor. I'm like, I can't read that. So they had to pick my glasses up, and I read it, and still, what does that mean? So, and then there was a bunch of guys, and they took me outside. FBI guys were out there. I mean, it had to be maybe a dozen people, which is a waste, Jimmy, of resources, because
Sure.
I had told them weeks before, and maybe once or twice, that we would, I think my attorney tried to contact them once, maybe twice, that I could just go in, and it would have to be the folks who were just working there that day, and they wouldn't have to have all these people following me around.
It's more than just a waste of resources. So they grab you and they take you where?
Well, you're right about more than just a waste of resources. They want
That had to be scary as hell, right? For him to be ambushed by multiple officers, and he's getting ready to get on the elevator, and just out of nowhere, they just bum rush him and just start cuffing him. He's probably like, "What the hell is going on here?" Right?
that. They want to embarrass you. They want to intimidate you. They want to instill fear. And so that's why they did it that way. They took me down to a holding place in the federal courthouse.
And they give you mugshots, strip search, all of that?
No strip search, but mugshot, fingerprints, the whole 9 yards, twice.
Did they put you in a cell?
I was in a holding room.
You're in a holding room?
Yes.
And how long are you in that holding room?
From about midnight, 12:30 to 1 or so the next day.
Who did you make your one phone call to?
Here's the interesting thing. I didn't have a one phone call.
Oh, wow.
I never had a one phone
Wait a minute. I watch a lot of TV.
I know. I asked them, do I get my one phone call, Jimmy? They said, no, you don't. You get to.
Through what happened, it was Thursday night when they came to get you.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
When they got me. When
You're here in LA.
When the popo came.
I think you have a great lawsuit, I tell you that, okay? Because you're supposed to have warrant in hand when you grab him. You can't just be grabbing people up off the street talking about come with me. What am I coming with you for? What did I do? What's the basis of this? Like, and then you're gonna tell me wait because somebody's coming with a cell phone so you can read the warrant. Okay, and then my glasses on it down. It's a lot of things. I do feel like he does have a great case here as related to his arrest. I don't feel like they arrested him legally. I don't feel like they did. But he is definitely going. He's definitely filing a lawsuit according to what he said in another interview that I saw. So he's definitely going to be filing a lawsuit against their ass. And it's all because he was there when they did this whole protesting thing, and he went into this church and he was just interviewing the pastor. I didn't see where he did anything wrong, to be honest with you. He was arrested, and so was another young lady who was there as well. But what do y'all think on that? Think about that. To me, that's sad. It's sad that ICE is just out here doing the effing most, and people are getting snatched up left and right, and people are being snatched up, and ICE is being aggressive with these people and unaliving people as well. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, damn, and that's just people who are U.S. citizens who are being treated this way. Okay, Don Lemon is a U.S. citizen, so what the hell is ICE grabbing him up for, or federal agents just grabbing him up just out of the blue without a whole warrant in the beginning, right? That's a scary situation. Let's get into this for all of you P-Valley watchers. P-Valley season 3 is confirmed, you guys, to return in 2026. Are y'all happy about that? I may have watched P-Valley like maybe once or twice. I'm not one of those constant watchers of P-Valley. I hear it's really good, but the couple episodes that I did see, it was all right. So they said the wait has been real, but the comeback talk is getting louder for P-Valley fans. Stars previously renewed the series for season 3, keeping the next chapter officially on the board even after a long gap since season 2 aired, right? Somebody said love P-Valley. It's coming back. Now, I said that now the biggest thing shifting the conversation is a production update tied to the show that points to post-production being completed with 2026 being floated as the return window. Now, that is the kind of update that is usually lands right before network starts pushing trailers, posters, and official premiere date. So they have not put out an official date yet, but it is coming back pretty soon, according to what they're saying. 2026, they are bringing P-Valley back. It will be on Stars, okay? Yeah, so I may watch the season just to add it to my list of other things to watch, because it was, it was pretty good. It was all right when I did watch it. So y'all P-Valley, y'all see P-Valley, but I forgot about it now. Yeah, because it's been gone for so long, right? It's been gone that's kind of the way it used to be when it was Ghost. Remember when Ghost used to come on, like the gap in between it, you'd be like, damn, I forgot what happened on the last season. It's been gone so long. So they are bringing it back. So for all of you P-Valley watchers, that's good news, right? Let's keep it going. All right, so you guys know Milagro Grams, who was a blogger, got into this whole situation with Megan Thee Stallion, where she was harassing her, cyberbullying her, et cetera, et cetera. Well, a federal judge has ordered Megan Thee Stallion to pay an outstanding fee after failing to respond to 2 invoices. All right. You guys also know Milagro Grams, who was sued by Megan Thee Stallion. She now has to pay court fees as well. She also had to represent herself because she did not have money to have an attorney represent her. The attorney she did have quit because she didn't have the money to pay them. They're not working for free, right? So she was pro se and she did lose this case, but so she is on the hook for thousands of dollars that she does not have, all for going after and harassing Megan Thee Stallion. So you guys see here the United States District Court, Southern District of Florida. It gives the case number here, Megan Pete, which is Megan Thee Stallion, which is the plaintiff, versus Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, which is Milagro Grams, is what she goes by on all of her social media platforms. The official court reporter has reached out to the undersigned seeking to collect 2 outstanding invoices from plaintiff's counsel. The first invoice is $2137 or $2,137, was issued on December the 2nd of 2025 and is for $14,662.78. The second invoice for $2132, I'm sorry, issued on December 16, 2025 and is for $837.32. She got that. Megan got that. No problem. She knocked that out in one payment. So these invoices are for transcript prepared for and delivered to plaintiff's counsel. Accordingly, plaintiff counsel shall pay the outstanding invoices by February the 5th. That's in a couple days. What, Thursday? Done and ordered in Miami, Florida, the 2nd day of February. That was on yesterday, 2026. So it's signed off by the judge here, Cecilia Altanaga. Okay, so Megan has to pay just a few $1,000s, $14,000, and then the $837 as well for this case. With she wanted Milagro Grams to have to pay for it, but the judge said no, because Milagro already has like thousands of dollars that she has to pay to Megan Thee Stallion as well. It's including court costs. So she's got a lot and she don't have it. That's why I be like, leave people the fuck alone if you ain't got no money when your ass gets sued. All right, you gotta go somewhere and sit down. Don't be out here bothering people if you ain't got the money, if they decide to sue you, because baby, that could be expensive, right? Sometimes it could be expensive. That's why you just leave people alone and just do your content. All that other extra stuff that'll get you in a place you don't want to be. All right, let's get into this. Funky Dineva has spoken out. Y'all know Quad is his friend, so he is speaking out about the Quad and King from Married to Medicine situation. As you guys know, they've broken up by now. It's all over the blogs. Quad, she responded to say it was a mutual breakup between the two of them. King has said, no, I left that situation. So he's letting everybody know he broke up with Quad. It was not mutual. But Quad's longtime friend and associate, Funky Dineva, briefly discussed the breakup news between King and Quad on his show last evening. Shout out to Funky Dineva and shout out to No Chaser TV. Let's get into what Funky had to say. Because you know he always telling his celebrity friends business. I'm like, why do y'all let him hang out with y'all? Because you know he gonna get on his blog and tell it. Damn. Let's get into it.
It ain't have nothing to do with going to Ghana for no IVF. It ain't have nothing to do with he didn't want no more babies. It ain't have nothing to do with nobody cheating on one another. It was none of that. It was none of that. It was none of that. Honestly and truthfully, without me violating my friend contract, it just simply didn't work out. It just, that's literally what it boils down to, guys. And I know y'all wanted to be some tea and y'all wanted to be some great, salacious, whatever. And honestly and truthfully, that's none of it. It just simply didn't work out. After a few years, after getting to know each other better, you start to realize, oh, I don't think I like you as much as I did. Or I don't like that aspect of you. Or yeah, I don't know if I can deal with this long term.
I think their relationship was one-sided. I feel like Quad was more in love with him or in like with him more than he was with her. Okay. I feel like this situationship, we'll call it that, because he called it a situation. He said, I left that situation. So he called what they had going on a situation, not even a relationship. So that's weird, right? But I feel like it was more beneficial for him than her. I mean, she couldn't meet anybody. She's this type of circles that she run in. I mean, we know her as being Quad from Married to Medicine and used to be married to a whole doctor. Like, that's how we got to know her. But King, we didn't know who the hell you were. We still don't really know who you are. Except this fraudster who sell, expensive cars. We don't really know you like that. But at the end of the day, it just gives clout chase to me. If I feel like he keeps talking in the blogs because he's enjoying this attention that he's getting. Okay. He has a lot of women now that's coming after him and complimenting him. And so he's not gonna have a problem meeting anybody else. I don't think he will, but I do think that he probably does miss that limelight that he had when he was with Quad. But let's continue.
And that's what it was for both of them. Or whatever. So there's no scandal. There's no tea. I hate that some of y'all, and I'm going to take up for her because she my friend. Those of y'all who don't like Quad, y'all just be wanting to see that girl do bad so much. He ain't never like her. Like, damn, like, the girl not worthy of being liked. He ain't never like her. Y'all just be wanting to see people do bad so bad. Like, no, he liked her. He liked the beauty. He liked the fame. He liked the riches. He did. He liked her. He did a whole lot. And she liked him back a whole lot. And then it just didn't work out. And so I will say this for, it not working out. Good thing y'all didn't have no babies. You know what I'm saying? Because God knows we don't need to be bringing no babies into no broken homes and bringing no babies into no mess or whatever. But God knew what he was doing when he didn't allow those two to conceive. It ain't have nothing to do with going to Ghana for no IVF. It ain't have nothing to do with he didn't want no more babies. It ain't have nothing to do with nobody cheating on one another. It was none of that. It was none of that. It was none of that. Honestly and truthfully, without me violating my friend contract,
my question is, did Quad give him permission to even tell that? I feel like she put out a statement on yesterday Funky, this is one of the things I don't like that he does is when you hang around these celebrities in these circles and things that you see, I don't feel like it's kosher for you to come to your platform and talk about said things, because that can get you disinvited or uninvited, rather. That's the right way to say it. Uninvited from hanging in certain circles and parties and certain phone calls with certain celebrities that you're friends with, because they think that you're going to always go out and tell their business. It was the same thing with Tamar. He was running in circles with Tamar, and look, as soon as they fell out, he every other day was on the blog. Well, let me tell you about this. You was with that lady husband. You were sitting on his lap, tongue kissing him. Like, when you see certain things, it's kind of like Vegas. Whatever stays in Vegas stays in. When you in these circles, you don't talk about those things. Even I know that, right? It's a certain code that you have when you're hanging with certain people, to where you don't use your platform. Even though you're a blogger, right? Even though you're a blogger, you just don't tell those things. You don't do those things. Hell, I hung out with bloggers. I didn't come back and give you every single solitary detail. I might have saw some things that weren't appropriate as well, but I ain't gonna come on here and do a video about it, right? I went and did meet and greets with bloggers and content creators, bloggers and subscribers like twice. Did I come on here and do videos about it? Tell them what I saw, who was grinding on who was drinking this, no, you just don't do that. I just feel like it's a certain, you go out and you have fun. That's just what you do. You see things and you just don't see it no more. I don't feel like you go and talk about it. And I think that's one of the things that Funky can't separate from, his blogging from his friendships and the things that he does whenever he's hanging out with these people. I don't think that Kawhi gave you permission to give a whole video on her life and what caused them to break up and what they did and all this other shit. I don't understand that with him. Like, he got to understand it's a certain code, honey. When you are allowed into these groups and circles with celebrities, you don't tell their business. You just don't. Okay, unless they give you permission to do so. That's gonna get you kicked out of the group, right? I wouldn't have you in my damn group if I knew you were doing some shit like that. But as related to this, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really don't give a fuck no more about these two. I really wasn't a huge fan of Quad anyway, so the two of them breaking up really didn't make me lose any sleep last night. Matter of fact, I slept really good last night, and gonna sleep real good tonight. So I kind of just don't give a damn. I hope I don't sound too, I just kind of don't care. But this is news I hope you guys can use. Let's move along. Don't care. People break up every single solitary day. All right, let's get into Kandi Burruss, because TMZ caught her coming out with her chinchilla on. We call it that. So let's get into Kandi. She talked about her split from Todd and all this other stuff. Let's get into it, child. Shout out TMZ TV. Let's go.
Kandi, you look amazing. I love the coat.
Thank you.
How are you doing? How's everything?
She's still in New York.
Stay warm.
I know. So listen, you and Todd, I'm happy to hear you guys are working on a friendship of some sort. How's it going?
It's going.
Is it taking a lot of work, you think?
I mean, anytime anybody's going through a divorce, you're gonna have your good days and your days where you're just kind of like, But it's working out.
I'm glad to hear that. How has the dynamic changed, now that you're trying to work it out,
Hi,
where are you?
I mean, we're just trying to get used to our new normal.
Okay, we're coming. Thank you. I was gonna ask one last thing. So Nene Leakes, she's returning to Bravo. How do you feel about that? You think she's gonna change the dynamic at all?
I think that's dope. I can't wait to see it.
Kandi, you look amazing. I love.
Kandi says she thinks it's dope that Nene Leakes is coming back to Bravo. I think it is too. She also talked about Todd. She didn't really have much to say in terms of that. Hey, they are trying to still be friends, remain friends. They are co-parenting as well. They're trying to be as as civil towards one another as they can. But she was already talking about how Todd ain't carrying his part of the load. She said some days it's up, some days they're happy, some days they he get on her damn nerves. But at the end of the day, ultimately they're trying to be great co-parents and friends. I don't know if I want to be his friend. I mean, I think you would be cordial with a person, not a friend. I don't know. People use friend kind of loosely sometimes. But while we're speaking on friends, Todd, there's a picture floating around with Todd and Fatum. You guys know who Fatum is. Fatum is the girl who was brought into Heat and Candy's bed as their threesome partner. It said that she's supposed to be like a girlfriend to Kandi, but he was seen in the picture looking a little chummy, if you will. Let's get into that. Okay. Now she has her arm on him. He's kind of leaning in. I look at body language. I'm sorry. The hand around the waist here, that's kind of how you would take a picture with Kandi if it were you and Kandi, right? It just gives a little too personal for me, right? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Okay, Batum is the girl who travels on vacations and stuff with Candy and Todd. She also is the one who is said to do the threesomes with the two of them that Candy actually brought into their situation 6 months into Candy and Todd's marriage when their situation just kind of went downhill. It was Candy's idea, according to Todd, to bring in a third person in order to spice up their relationship, and this is who they chose. This is Fatum. You guys remember her from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was on there for like a season. She was introduced to the group, as I told you guys before, by Sheree Whitfield, because she's friends with Sheree. So Sheree introduced her to the group, and after that is when she kind of locked eyes with Candy, and from there it just took off to where she now is like really close to Candy and Todd. So it looks like Todd might be having some personal time with Fatum. Judging by how this picture is, I don't know where the hell they are, but she seemed to be very happy to be in his company. What do you guys make of this? Y'all look at body language. I be like, fuck all that other stuff. Body language, yeah, the hand around it. This is how you would take a picture with Candy. And she's a little too personal because if she's your friend, she should not be hanging on you and her arm up there like that, right? And your hand is a little too close down here. Okay, that's your hand tie. All right, and then you got the little shoulder strap down right here, and the way she's kind of leaning into him and the way he's kind of leaning into her, the body language just gives the, yeah, y'all fucking, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had to say it. Y'all boinking each other. Y'all are, right? So with the strap off, you call that too? You call that too with the strap off? See, yeah, I don't miss nothing, right? Oh, they definitely sleeping together outside of, and do I feel like he and Candy might be still sleeping together? Probably. Because they are still married. Couples do that. Even though you get a divorce, you ain't mad all the time. You still have your moments where you kind of miss that little thing. So she still might be he might be tiptoeing from the guest house, because you know he's staying in the guest house right now. He might be tiptoeing from the guest house and coming over to the main house and putting Candy's head behind that damn headboard. Probably, you know, when the kids get to bed. I don't know. But Fatum is definitely the shared girlfriend between Candy and Todd. She's a pretty girl. Shout out to her. But what do y'all think about that? It just looks a little sus. It gives a little sus. All right. So I told you guys a few weeks ago about Usher's ex-wife, Tamika Foster, being arrested. Okay. And I have the police body cam footage. Let's get into that, shall we? Okay. The officer was real nice to her as well. Okay. He wasn't roughing her up or nothing like that. But Tamika Foster arrest body cam said that don't tell nobody this is. So she wanted this to be kind of incognito because, you know, she kind of is a celebrity as well. She's been seen on a few, reality shows or whatever. And she was once married to Usher. They do share 2 sons together. So yeah, she's like, don't tell nobody about this shit. But of course, you know, anytime it's body cam footage, that's kind of like public information. Anybody can get their hands on it. And of course, TMZ will always do their due diligence to do so. Let's get into it.
We're going to stay over here by my car so we can make a phone call, okay? This is a huge inconvenience, but it doesn't change for anybody. I apologize for, you know, if you think you're being treated unfair because I put the handcuffs in the back.
I just don't think I need. If I were like belligerent or something, I'd understand.
Well, it's not just that.
And
it's
not
sometimes
even a violent thing.
Correct. Sometimes nonviolent people turn violent when they get here. Not to say that you do, but this is why they make all of us do this. Okay, you got facial recognition. Can you do it by your finger, or how you want to do it?
No, I gotta put in my code. There's no face. I don't have.
You want me to do it for you? I don't want it, ma'am. I don't want nothing out of your phone.
You do. I just came back from St. Barth, and the customs people arrested me for a fix-it tag on my card. I'm at the cab. I need to have a conversation with you. Can you possibly call me back, please? It's urgent. How do you pay it?
At my police department.
Where's yours?
In Brookhaven on Briarwood Road. The address and phone number will be on what I'm giving you, okay?
So they have to go there to pay it?
Yes, ma'am. They're not going to take our money.
So they don't take money here.
She was arrested due to something with a rental car that she was driving. There was something going on with this car that she had. And when the police officer got behind her, they arrested her. They pulled over and arrested her for that. Like they immediately took her in. So it's got to be something else to that. But that's what was reported through TMZ. But she was arrested because
correct, not for us.
Why am I here?
We don't have our own jail, ma'am.
This is the craziest out of body that I've ever experienced. This is the sad part is I got pulled over for nothing. I don't even have a speeding ticket. You notice your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person. This is the craziest that was not on my bingo card. 4 days after my birthday. I stay in the islands. That's what I'm living my best life. I can't even tell my kids this. They be like,
they don't need to know.
I'll make sure these people are not on my one call list. That's for
y'all see that? Always when you need to call somebody, when you get into a sticky situation like that, nobody want to answer the phone, right? She calling around like do, like damn. What do y'all think? That's the body cam footage of her being arrested. He was very nice to her. He was, cooperating and even let her get a phone call. Most officers don't do that. They tell you, well, you'll get a phone call once they book you in. You'll get your first phone call. But he allowed her to, use her phone and call whoever she needed to alert them where she was. So shout out to her for that. She is out. I think she did bond out like the same day, if not the next day. But she was very embarrassed by that. She should. I mean, hell, she is a public figure. So yeah, I'm still shocked that she and Usher got married because I was like, she looked way older than him. But Usher like them old girls. Let's get into it. Dr. Simone's son child got video. Somebody videoed him at a job. I didn't even know he had a job. I was like, thank God, right? Like, I don't know who it was trying to shame him that to say that he had a job, trying to say, oh, he's a celebrity, but he's working. So what? He needs to work. If he out here spending $60,000 of his mama's damn money, his ass need to be on somebody's job. Let's get into this video. Shout out to No Chaser. This person who videoed him says, I work with a celebrity. So it's a TikTok video of Michael Whitmore, which is Simone Whitmore from Married to Medicine's son. Went viral because people didn't even know he had a job, with Simone crying on the show about him spending up all her money. So it's very refreshing to see that he has a job, right? Let's go.
I work with a fucking celebrity.
But how did it end before that?
Say hi, bro.
And then
damn. I don't know where it is that he worked. It looks like
I work with a fucking celebrity.
But how did it end before that?
Cafeteria. It looks like some restaurant or something. I don't know.
Say hi, bro.
And then
see it. I couldn't see it. I don't know where it is. I was trying to see where he works, but it didn't say. Well, I'm just glad he works, right? That's great.
I work with a fucking celebrity.
That's the most important. He really is not a celebrity. His mom and dad. I mean, he's been seen on the show a few times, but he's not a celebrity.
Say hi, bro.
And then
so he seems embarrassed. What do y'all think about that? I thought it was cute. Her sons are very entitled. I will say that. I do think that they don't respect their mother. And I think it comes from Cecil, which is their father, because they doing what they seeing their dad do as related to their mom. But then again, Simone, you got to put your foot down with these boys, honey, and let them know you're not going to have your way. And you damn sure ain't going to be running my credit cards for $60,000 for a whole damn year. All right. His ass got a job. He will pay every fucking dime right on back too. Right. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Says it good? He should make his own money. He is a young man. Yeah. I did see too where both of her sons just graduated from med school. So they're not bums. These guys are not bums. They're trying to do something with their life. They just have expensive taste and expensive spending habits. So both of her sons have now graduated from med school. So that's a blessing, right? So they are going in the right direction. They are college graduates. They're doing what they need to do. So when I was in college, I worked full time. Me too. I worked in junior high. When I was in high school, I worked starting junior high. Okay. And I would get out of school. I would do as much homework as I could. I would go to work. In between my breaks, I would finish my homework. And that was my life. I enjoyed going to work and having my own money and doing what the hell I wanted to do with my money. I enjoyed that. So I said I work full time, and when I went to school full time, that it can be done. Yeah, it absolutely can. I worked when I was in college too, depending on how bad you want it. Yep. So yeah, parents, as soon as your kids can get a work permit, let them work so that they can understand the value of $1 and responsibility. Like give them a small bill to pay. As soon as my son get of age where he can work, I'm gonna get him because he love money. I told you guys, my husband and I pay my son to do chores around the house, and he is paid, and that's teaching him how to earn a coin, and how to and how to save his money as well. So he gets paid to like take the trash or just different things. We have like a little chart on the refrigerator that say, okay, if you do this, this is what you get paid. So he'll look up there and he'll ask, Mommy, what else can I do so I can earn more money? I'll be like, you trying to take all my damn money. But I like that he is into that mindset. So he won't be this lazy kid who just want to just rely on mama and spend up mom and daddy's money. Like, hell no. Okay, so he does like to earn a coin, and I like that. So as soon as he can get his work permit, we gonna get him a little job so he can go work a little bit. I said that Cecil is a weak excuse of a man. That's why those boys feel entitled. All of that. Okay. TMC says that awesome. Said that I'm glad they both great. Yeah, they did. They just graduated. I just saw that on Facebook and they put the pictures up. Both of them graduated at the same time from grad school. So shout out to them for that at least. Said that I've been working since I was 14. That's amazing. Okay. You said you had a job at 13. Okay. Yeah. Rose says she started working at 13, started in something. Yeah, to do that, child. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with letting your kids get a job. I promise you. And give them a small bill so they can learn how to pay bills and how to manage and save their money. Don't just let them blow their money. Stacey Lane says that my daughter been working since she was 16. She has 3 jobs, has rental property and buying her townhouse. That's good. All right. So that she has okay, come on. Yes, you raised her right. You absolutely raised her right. Let's see what else. My truth says that I was 14 and still working. Yeah. Said it's still working. It don't stop. It don't. Once you get to working, honey, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You want to have something, you want to live. Yeah, you got to. Said why was she arrested? It was something dealing with a rental car, something with a car, some paperwork or something with a car from what I read. Yes, it was something minor. It wasn't like she had no felony or nothing. Whatever it was a misdemeanor. And she bonded right out. So I think that situation was taken care of. Usher's wife, that's what we're talking about. Ex-wife, rather. Said it well, someone spilled the beans to TMZ. Y'all know how it is. If y'all see something, you see a celebrity out on some BS and you sell that footage to TMZ, yeah, you will get paid for that. TMZ, I hear they do pay pretty well for footage. So if you run up on something that's newsworthy, honey, call up TMZ, say, hey, I got this footage. Okay, how much y'all gonna give me? And they'll cut you a check for it. True said that Todd is for the streets. That he's showing his slip now. Yeah, Todd is definitely for the streets. But Candy fell for a child, so they'll figure it out. One more comment. Rose says that it's a good start. It's good to start them early. Said that my mom used to charge me $25 every 2 weeks for my bed. Really? Not charge you, girl. I ain't mad at it. Mama was teaching you about $1 out here. Okay, I ain't mad at it. Mama did right. So shout out to you guys. Said to come through, Stacy. Yes, honey, that's right. Teach them, honey. So they don't know about $1. Mine gonna know. Okay, he ain't gonna just be sitting home playing damn video games all damn day. He gonna definitely get a job, and he's gonna definitely do what he needs to do. And he's already making good grades in school. So I told him, as long as you keep them grades up and do what you got to do, he had honor roll last. He had honor roll last report card, so he did really, really good. I said, keep that up. Keep that up, and anything you ask for, you get it, baby. You get it. Just keep them grades up and keep that attitude right. Mom and Daddy got you, honey. But thank you so much to my top flight mods. You guys doing an awesome job. Tiffany Thomas, Rose Armstead, and True TV Podcast. Thank y'all so much for modding. Thank you to all the content creators. Also, thank you to all of the Caramellians and everyone in the chat who are participating and like the video as well. Let's get on out of here. I may come back another video because I know usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays be full of tea, so I may pop back. So you guys keep your notifications on, okay? Also get over there on Rails World and check that out over there as well and support. Hit the like button, hype up this video, subscribe to the channel, all the things, okay? Thank you guys. Love you guys down. Bye.